low self-awareness to a reactive business. These two components associate with each other in a system I developed. It's the founder's frequency system. Your internal operating system versus the external impact that associates to an internal operating system. So these two components are vital to understand. And I feel like thousands of people, thousands of businesses will appreciate this, because it translates into business and in personal development. So everything I say, this is why I love what I do, because you could translate it into a personal development state of being in your life. So having low self-awareness with you or your business, low self-awareness in your business or you, will lead to a reactive business, or low self-awareness in your personal life will lead to you reacting instead of responding. It has to do with responsibility. The responsibility is the ability to respond, not to react. It's a difference. Something happens, you just react instead of responding, where you totally understand what is happening. So low self-awareness in business, this is vital. I think this is very vital for businesses to understand. Low self-awareness, the problem will be constantly putting out fires in your business. You as a founder, things keep happening in sequence, back to back. Feel like you got to do this. This happens now. This happens now. This happens. So you got to put out that fire, that fire, that fire. That is poor decision making, which leads to energy leaks. And personal development, you'll be reacting the same way. This happens, that happens, this happens. Due to poor decision making, which is energy leaks. Energy leaks meaning where you allocating your energy to. What's the return on investment if I do this? If I do this, this will happen. Or you adjust it in the middle. But those are the problems. How can that affect in business? How can that affect your profit? Where's the impact on the profit in that? In your business, it'll be inefficiencies, employee churn, or poor execution due to poor decision making. So your employees leave because they feel the resistance of the poor decision making, not knowing what to do next. There's no intuition in there. You're being compelled to do the wrong things. So, how do you fix that? Identifying your subconscious patterns within your business. What's a subconscious pattern? A subconscious pattern is, this is a big one, because even if I didn't know, if I was unaware, when I became aware, it was like a eureka moment. So a subconscious pattern as a founder or in your business will be the fear of success. meaning that momentum got built. Get the momentum, did the work, things are happening great, but soon as that transformation is not a final piece, but the piece that will perpetuate the next stage in your life, you self-sabotage it. Why? Because of the fear of success. Subconsciously, that fear of success comes from identity, and an identity issue. Because what if you succeed? The person that you have to become is different. So you have to become somebody totally different to meet that success. And becoming that will affect who you currently are now. So that's like taking on the leadership role. To be a leader, you have to become somebody else. So that fear of success will affect the destiny or your outcome. So the result of that, the result of having that fix and identifying your subconscious patterns, and hidden resistance within there, will reduce reactive costs. The cost of putting out fires, energy leaks, and personal development. This would be where you allocate your energy to. So you could preserve more energy to do what needs to be done next. So that graph, that's just one. There's 4 other components to this graph, to this metric, to this system, or this operating system. But low self-awareness would lead to a reactive business. So I'm just emphasizing being aware of your subconscious patterns is imperative for your next stage of you or your business. And I feel like people need to hear this, because the transition that is happening in this world, we're heading into a place where those subconscious values and beliefs or your business, I believe that there's going to be a lot of freelancing work due to, AI and things of that nature. So you would have to be a category of one type of business to be able to trade and barter, trade your gifts and abilities, trade what you do, trade values, so we could keep the system going. It's not out of fear, but it's to become aware of what's happening, so you could hit the pinnacles of you or your business. So remember, low self-awareness will lead to a reactive business, or low self-awareness in your life will lead to you consistently putting out fires. So make sure you make the right decisions. And you always would make the right decisions. Always. Just as long as you learn from a decision that you made. I felt like that was vital. I feel like thousands of people, this message will get to thousands of people and thousands of businesses. Yeah.